In this video, we're gonna go over a trunk exercise to fix any tightness in a toddler's body. Sometimes toddlers, like all of us, have some tightness in their bodies, and it can influence how they climb, walk, and get up off of the floor. This is a super easy technique for those wiggly toddlers to help you make sure that their body is moving well in all directions so that they can do all those fun, wild things that toddlers want to do. Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Baker, a pediatric physical therapist, and on this channel, we help proactive parents learn tips and tricks to help their littles move better. Think of me as your pediatric physical therapy bestie, here to help you learn how to help your little move better. Now, these exercises are specifically a mobility technique that is taken from the framework of total motion release. If you're new to the channel, I am in love with the total motion release technique, especially the ones that are adapted for toddlers and infants. I find that it can be really effective in the use for torticollis, walking delays, and just general body tightness that is impacting a toddler's ability to navigate their cozy homes filled with love, or master all the fun things that they can do on the playground. Total motion release is different than traditional stretching. In traditional stretching, you are going to pull on the muscle to elongate it, and that is what gives you that resistance and that kind of stretch feeling. Total motion release is gonna be different. You're actually gonna go into the direction of ease. You're gonna go into the tight muscle. It's basically like thinking if you have your shirt tucked in, it's easy to go towards the tight muscle or the side of the shirt that's tucked in, but it's hard to go away. If I went away, I would be doing traditional stretching. I'd be pulling on that tight muscle. But if I go towards, I'm doing total motion release and I'm relaxing that tight muscle, bringing blood flow to the area and helping it release. Now, total motion release is a totally in-depth framework. If you're curious about it, I recommend going to the TMR Tots website that is linked in the description, as well as potentially taking one of their parent, student, or therapist courses. Now, this release that we are going to learn today specifically is supposed to be done in conjunction with a TMR trained therapist. So if you are finding this video on the internet and you don't have any other training in TMR, make sure that you scheduled an online parent consultation down below with me so that we can go through the full framework and make sure that we're not missing anything, as well as make sure that you're doing the right side. If you've already done an online parent consultation with me, or I'm seeing you in person, then this video is just to be utilized for the easy side only. We are doing the I'm a little teapot motion. We talk a lot about 3 planes of motion that you need to do a lot of complex motions. We have the forward back motion, we've got the I'm a little teapot or the side to side motion, and then we've got the rotational plane of motion. So this positional release is going to be the side to side motion. If you have an infant, check this video out because that is going to be the better option for you. But if you have a toddler, we're going to go through a quick screen on the floor. The babes are really wiggly, the toddlers are really wiggly, so sometimes it's really tough to figure out which direction is the easy direction. So you might have to do it a couple of times, but just know that if one direction is consistently harder to go into, you're gonna do the opposite side. Now, I also wanna say that you're gonna pick the side that is easy, so as you do it on the ground, if you move to the left, and that's easier, their left side of the child's body is gonna be facing the ceiling. If the right side is easier, then the child's right side is gonna be facing the ceiling. They're always gonna be horizontal as much as possible, and you're going to bring your arms from behind in order to help support them. Now, if your toddler is experiencing walking delays, or your 1-year-old has torticollis and you're noticing that it is impacting how they move, I wanna make sure that you check the description and the link below to download my walking checklist. These are a bunch of different building blocks to walking that all kids need in order to master that movement. And if any little is struggling with walking, we wanna make sure that we can uncover that block and help them get on their way. Okay, so I'm gonna check her pelvis really quick. So this is going to the left and this is going to her right.
Look.
Yeah, and right now the left is looking like the easier side. So we are gonna do this to the left and I will show you both directions, but you wanna test which direction is easier and then you wanna pick the easier direction. When doing this, you want to have your fingers on the baby's butt, and you can see here that I'm bringing her over, but as I go this way, her trunk moves with her. I could stabilize her trunk so it doesn't move, and that would make this a little bit easier if I took my foot and stabilized the trunk to avoid it moving in the opposite direction. Ready?
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, so if this the left side's gonna go to the ceiling. All right, so my left arm is gonna go under and my fingers are gonna kind of swoop here on her right leg and my right arm is underneath her rib cage here. The top arm, or the right arm in this case, is the one that is going to create the C shape. So you're actually gonna raise that elbow towards the ceiling. Yeah, that's mama. If this is too hard for a kiddo, you can swoop your forearm underneath here and they're gonna have a little bit more support in this direction. So we're just gonna kind of walk around. We could watch TV if you do that in your family. We could look out the window. We could look at our family members, look at the puppy. But basically you wanna be here for about 2 to 5 minutes. And then you're gonna follow that up. Yeah, you're gonna follow that up with 30 seconds to a minute of bouncing. And then an activity there. Oh, you got on your toe, that's crazy. Good job. Look at that toe. And I rock my kiddos a little bit side to side to keep them engaged. And you can see here, I'm tilting up my, yeah. So if she pushes me out, that was a little bit too much. I'm just gonna let her push me out and I'm gonna kind of come back. I'm holding her close to my chest so she feels really supported here. Yeah, good job. Well, you see my friends? You see my friends on the camera? You say hi, yeah? Do you see us moving? It is a great idea to give kiddos something that's easy for them to hold.
Mama.
I'm not pulling on her hip, it's her sides that are kind of coming together. All right, do we need a break? Bum, 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 bum. So you can bounce them for 30 seconds to a minute like this. You could also bring them down and go, boop, boop. When they're a little bit older, if they can jump, you can have them jump themselves. Yeah, good job, you practice. Boom, boom, boom. You also put them on your knee and do knee bounces. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna show our families the right side, but the right side for us is not the easy side. So for this, if you're using TMR, you only want to do the easy side. So for her, I would only do the left side, hold for 2 to 5 minutes, and then do 30 seconds to a minute of bouncing. Yeah, hi. Okay, so if her right side is her easy side, oh yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Hi, cute girl. Say we need to get a little vestibular input in. All right, now we gotta show our friends the right side. So if right side is the easy side, right side is gonna be up. My right arm is gonna go through the legs. My left hand is gonna go underneath here.
Should we dance? Doodly doodly do, doodly doodly do. And then I can also come and really hold her chest tight and tilt her up this way. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Say twinkle, twinkle, little star. This isn't even the melody because I can't really sing very well. We just make up our own songs. So you can sing songs in this position. Kind of rocking back and forth. Yeah, good work. So you can tell that this is not quite as mobile as the other side. Say ba 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 ba. Your turn. Can you stick your tongue out? Good work. Yeah, that's so silly. Yeah, so for her, I would only do the left side, but because we're teaching you both sides, you would do this side for 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes if the right side was the easy side. Then you follow it up by 30 seconds to a minute of bouncing. She's a little big, so I would probably do this bouncing sitting down on the couch. And then we would go and work on an exercise afterwards. You can work on walking, you can work on cruising, you can work on crawling, rolling, basically anything stairs afterwards to further strengthen.
And that's a wrap, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today to go through this trunk exercise to solve any tightness in a toddler's body and to learn a couple of tricks and ways that you can help your toddler move better. If you have more questions, make sure that you check the pinned comment because that is where I have linked a way to book an online parent consultation with me where we can answer all of your questions and go into a little bit more detail about maybe what would the best next steps be for you on this journey to help your little move better. If you found that this video was really interesting and you want to learn a little bit more about total motion release, make sure you check out the TMR playlist linked here. It'll go through more techniques that you can utilize, other ways that you can find TMR trained therapists, and more information on the different directions to make sure your child has all of the mobility that they need in order to move well.